Hello, welcome to today's episode of the Success Principles for Housewives and Stay-at-Home Parents. My name is Dr. Mrs. Blessing Ishomo, and I am a certified leadership coach, a certified trainer of the Success Principles online, a family and sex coach, and a network marketing professional. So to break it down, I help you enjoy sex, balance work life. As a family, I'm a family builder, and I'm also a connector. So if you come to me, I could lead you to what you're looking for because of my network. Okay. So today we are looking at how we could use the success principles from the book Success Principles by Jack Canfield to achieve our goals this year. And we're focusing on those who work from home, those who want to start a business. So you're welcome. Today is day 56. We have other videos for the past 55 days. So you could go back and check, and I can assure you they are packed with value. Today we are on another section of the book, part 5 of, the book is sectioned into things you will do within the inner battles to conquer, the way you relate with people. And now we want to look at how success and money are connected. So day 56 is saying develop a money consciousness. Okay, you want something. Remember, we established in some of our videos that how you have control over 3 things: the thoughts you think, the images in your mind, and your actions or behavior. And in one of our videos, I said that the brain is your servant. Whatever you are seeing, whatever you do is as a result of how you use the wonderful gifts that God has given us. The brain can be a blessing or a curse. The subconscious mind is a willing servant, and you need to know how to use it. So having the consciousness of using the assets that God has given you to work for what you want. There was a funny story some time ago. Welcome, thanks for joining. About someone, Jack said he was in the plane with an elderly lady that was traveling, and immediately the plane lifted up. The woman was holding onto the chair and really showing that she was scared. And Jack said sorry, introduced himself, and said, "I see you're really scared about the flight." She said, "Yes." He asked her, "What are you thinking about?" And she said, "I am thinking the plane will crash." You can imagine if I were, sitting close to the lady, Nigerians would be like, "Hey, please, stop that, oh." Can you be imagining? So he said to her, "Where are you going?" She said, "I'm going to Disney with my grandchildren." And he said, "What play ride do you like?" She said, "It's a small world." And he said, "Close your eyes and think about how, and see yourself and your grandchildren in the ride." And she did that, and all of a sudden she was quiet, relaxed. You know why I'm laughing? That was a smart way of getting this woman to stop visualizing crashing. But do you know we do that all the time? People are looking for money. People are thinking of how to make more. But when they close their eyes, or when they are thinking of the rent. They are thinking of how they have zero money in their account. They are thinking of how someone is going to come knocking on the door to ask for their money. So you are thinking of the lack, but you are saying that you want abundance. So you need to understand that, like Wallace, the science of getting rich, the author said, there is a science, an exact, just as you do 1 + 1 = 2, there is an exact science and laws that backs getting rich. It does not look at whether you are black, whether you are brown, whether you are red, whether you are white. It doesn't look at whether you are from pedigree, whether your family is known or not. If those laws are obeyed, you will be rich. And T. Harv Eker said something. He said that whatever you are right now is actually a product of your previous thinking. So just understand that there is a subconscious world, or there is a spiritual world, and everything you see in this physical was first in the subconscious, in the spiritual, in the metaphysical, if you would use that word. There is nothing you see that was not first here. From how you dress, how you where you live, everything is a product of how much you have allowed in, wealth-wise or poverty-wise. So today we want to look at how you can intentionally, consciously start looking for ways that you would move to the direction you desire. So many times, without our knowing it, there are limiting beliefs in our mind that is actually stopping us from achieving our goals without our knowing it. I shared with a friend, I was talking with someone, I can't remember. Oh yeah, I was talking with one of my accountability partners, and I shared with her that when I was younger, in my secondary school days, I used to do the high jump, and I was good at it. But because when I was a bit younger, I was more tomboyish. I played a lot of, played soccer, and climbed trees. So I knew how to do the high jump with the sticks. That local one, you just tie the sticks, and then you can jump, and the person who gets to the highest one, wins. So when I got to school and I joined the inter-house sports team, and the sports master was grooming, he identified the talent, and he was like, wow, you're good. But the first day they took me to a stadium, and they put I saw the apparatus, or the instrument for the high jump, and then there was this big foam. There was this big foam underneath. All of a sudden, I wasn't sure I could jump. It was out of my comfort zone. I had never trained with jumping and then falling or landing on the big foam. I only know how to land on the solid ground, and I'm okay. So do you know what? I would set and run and jump, and I actually would jump, and let's say this is the bar, I would jump. I'm almost to the end, the other side of the bar, and I see myself use my hand to beat down the bar. Nobody noticed what was going on. The sports master wanted me to try again and again, because he knew he could work with this talent. I would run, I would fly over the bar, but I would hit the bar. Something will make my hand hit the bar. And I never progressed to the next round. I share that story just to help you understand that in our subconscious mind, we do that with money in different ways. It could be a limiting belief. Maybe when you were young, you keep hearing money does not grow on trees. Money is the root of all evil. If you have a lot of money, you would lose your spirituality. Like in my circle, we say you lose your salvation. You become worldly. People that have money, they are mean. They step on the poor people. There is nobody that has money that has not put his hand into something. Forget that thing. They will not tell you the truth. They know how they get this money. You need to lie. In fact, you sleep around, all sorts of funny things, and then you grow up hearing these things, and deep down you desire to do something nice. You desire to, makes impact. But when you remember that, money, the way you don't want to, or you will be like me, beating down when you are getting close to almost achieving your goals, you stop yourself. Jack shared with, some stories that were really touching. A lady inherited a lot of money, but she was not interested in the money. She hated it. She wouldn't want to spend it. Why? The father spent his whole time in the office making the money or traveling alone and spending the money. Didn't have time for them. There was no family bonding. The mom would always cry and drink herself drunk. This girl was miserable. So she hated money. She should have seen that it was her father's habits, but she made money the culprit. And that's what many people do. Another person, started a job. He was very happy. It was the same insurance company with his dad, and his first check was bigger than the father's check, who is almost, retiring. And when he showed his father the check, the father was disappointed, felt bad. It felt like this small boy is, can you imagine the father's reaction? It should have been the other way around. Wow, congratulations. Yes, my son, you'll be greater than I. Do you know that there are some parents, they are really weird. They don't want their children to be greater than them. That was it. The boy just concluded that, please, I cannot earn more than my father. And he went on with that mindset below capacity. It's in the subconscious. Another person, felt bad because he's good with music, and when they finally bought him a very expensive instrument, for him to say thank you to his parents, the mother just opened her mouth before he could even say the thank you. That, if your sister were alive, wouldn't have been able to afford this. Can you imagine? I felt like entering that book and beating that woman if I could. How could you do that to your son? And the boy, you can imagine somebody holding his clarinet, holding his instrument, but each time he looks at the instrument, what comes to his mind is, if I become successful, I'll be a burden financially and emotionally to my family, because they would remember the death of my babies, my sister, my sibling, or they would remember it cost them something to get me where I am. Can you imagine? And then Jack was saying that, his father was always not interested in anything. He would always say, these rich people, they are dirty, they have their ways, they trample on people. And so because the family tradition is rich people are not to be trusted, the fear of getting rich is a problem, because he doesn't want to be termed the bad boy or to go against family tradition. There are people that are stuck here in different ways. They are not even aware. So you need to become aware and start identifying that limiting belief that is keeping you from achieving your goals, money goals. Many times, especially for coaches, they will understand this. You just want to teach, you want to, train, you want to say everything. You're a people person, you're burdened, you want everybody to understand and know that they're ready. They can get all the books, all the write-ups, all the speech when it comes to the money part. I don't know. I don't want people to think I'm taking advantage of them. I don't know. I just wish I could just do my work and somehow live by without the money part. Money is just a tool. It's an exchange. Money is what you term money to be. And so Jack said something about how you can become conscious, become aware of those limiting beliefs. So one of the things that I've learned from different mentors, is that when you are thinking something, you feel something as well. So you see someone, just notice, you could be in the office and you see someone, and just the facial expressions alone, try that. You see someone just looking, and all of a sudden the person is angry, or all of a sudden the person is smiling, all of a sudden the person is, and you are wondering what's going on. I think it's Eckhart Tolle, one of them. He said, look, everybody is mad. It's just that there is one inside and there is one outside. When you see someone just talking to himself and talking to everybody, just talking, you would say, this person has gone mad. But there is an inner chatter that if anybody knows about it, they would be surprised. So When you're having thoughts of happiness, good feeling, you feel okay. But many times 80% of thoughts are negative. So you find people having, feelings, tightness maybe by the shoulder, the neck, or tightness in the tummy when they think about a particular thing, or a lump in the throat, or anything like that, or just a feeling of pain deep in the chest. So you need to become aware. First of all, find out what you're thinking about, or when those limiting beliefs come up. Say you want to buy something, and then what comes up is, I don't want to be seen to be extravagant. No, I don't want to waste money. But the money is there. You're not wasting it. But all your life you're used to, if you have the yes, it's good to be frugal, but there is the extent to which now you can't even get anything for yourself. You are denying yourself of the good things of life. It's a limiting belief. And so he said something about one of the ways you can work with, changing it. One, identify that limiting belief. Thank you so much, Leslie. I appreciate. When you identify it, write it down. So let's say money is the root of all evil. You write it down. And then he said, look for creative ways to make a mockery of that limiting belief. So it's like, and you could do it with someone, with yourself, or in a group. So imagine, you say money is the root of all evil. And then maybe you have one person on the left and one person on the right, and both of them are, saying in your ear at the same time as you are also saying, you know what? Money is the root of all great vacations. Money is the root of building an edifice for my church. Money is the root of feeding the homeless. Money is the root. And then somebody is shouting the same thing in your ear, so it's like heightening what you are saying. Money is the root of looking good. Money is the root of looking ever young. Money is the root of driving nice cars. Money is the root of eating well in a very nice hotel. Just imagine. So the third thing you can do is rewrite that limiting belief. Rewrite the belief that you want, the positive belief that you choose. For me, one of my positive beliefs is money helps me put smiles on people's faces. Money helps me empower my siblings and my church members. So you see why, like somebody said something, said, that blessing can sell snow to the Eskimos. Said, what she cannot sell does not exist. I was like, but I embrace it. I love money. I respect money, because money gives you options. Money helps you to do things. You can change things with money. In fact, who should even have this money? Yeah, let's have this debate. Who should have this money? Should it be the person that is sending out the money to people that would destroy things? Should it be someone that has evil intentions? Is that the person that should have the money? Or you that have great plans? So you are doing the world an injustice, trying to keep low, or doing that thing that I'm doing with the bar. Just about the time you want to achieve, you pull down, you draw back, you stop, because you don't want to be known. You are the problem. You and I should change. Okay, so identify the limiting belief and do that for all the limiting beliefs, and then go ahead and see how you can, make a caricature of that limiting belief, and then rewrite something that you would own. Now, let me also share that when it comes to the brain, the subconscious, you don't understand English. It is the repeated emotional attachment to whatever you are experiencing that creates that deep neural pathways that makes it stay in the memory lane. So those times when you are in need and then they say money is the root of all evil, or when they are crying and praying in the church, oh Lord, oh, and everything is attached to money will make you go fall away. Then you now pray, I don't want to fall away, I don't want to leave Jesus. I'm sorry, forgive me, anybody that will get offended, but I know what I'm saying. Okay, so you need to draw the line. Because you know the funny thing about it, and it's really a bit annoying, you are keeping yourself from having this money to help people. And then when somebody has some money, you still find people, after maybe testifying in the church, you still find people go through the back and say, hey, help me with money, help me with money. You get the money so that you can help other people with money. And stop saying money is evil, and yet you're going to collect money from people whom you have already termed evil. Money answereth all things. Check is in your scriptures. Yeah, I'm all out. Okay, so let's go back to this success principle that is so fundamental. You need to have a new money consciousness, a positive one. I will use this money for the furtherance of the gospel. I will use this money to put smiles on people's faces. I will use this money to better my life. I want to see the world. I want to travel. I have a lot of friends and mentors. I want to go and know their culture and other things. Yes, it's not a bad idea. Who is feeling me? Who is with me on this? Okay, so that is some, a way that you can, work. Thank you for the light, my dear. Thank you. Yes, so we are going there. Yes, we want money. So we have to start looking at the things that are playing tricks. That are playing tricks in our minds. That is stopping us. You are struggling. You are fighting. You wake up and you try to, but something in your subconscious is, as you are doing all the efforts and you are trying to just jump over and be on the success side, you are hitting the bar and you are being disqualified. And you are wondering, what's wrong with me? Why? So become aware of these, limiting beliefs and learn how to replace them, and then start saying positive affirmations. The first time I heard, one from Jack Canfield, it lifted something from my head, from my like a weight. It says, God is my infinite supply, and money is easily and frequently or freely coming to me, and I am, for the good of all. Can't really put all of them together. Bob Proctor would say that I am so happy and grateful now that money is easily and frequently coming to me from different sources on a continuous basis, something like that. There are other affirmations. I easily earn money. You don't need to struggle. You don't need to struggle. You don't need to until you are almost dying before you make 1 naira. It's your mindset. People are easily coming to me, and my solutions are helping them, and money is flowing freely. I make money whether I'm awake, I'm asleep, or I'm playing. Start writing money affirmations and there are a lot of money affirmations in the scriptures. Start using them for those that are people of faith here. Open your scriptures and look for the things that that will move you forward. Start focusing on what you want and not what you don't want. When you ask people, what don't you want, or what is it that you don't like, they would list all that they don't like. Now, what do you want? And they are not able to say. So start practicing and start repeating these things as you move every day. You say to yourself, as I walk, as I teach, as I learn, as I exchange services, as I exchange value, money is easily coming to me. I have time, I have divine helpers. Start saying things that you want. You know, when I first moved to the West and I was listening to the tone of, you know, my friends, there was something I noticed. You know, they would say, don't let God not allow our children join cult. Oh. Don't let me lose this client. Oh. Don't let me, every time is don't let me, tell me what you want me to let you. So don't join that, we will not be part of those that will be used. Tell me the one that you will be part of now. I'll be part of the billionaires. I'll be part of those, you know, adding value. So begin to train yourself to stop the negative words and start focusing on the positive. So constantly reminding your brain, because you know over time you have been used to the negative. So it's not going to be easy to just say it once and then you say, this thing is not working. No, you have to be intentional and you have to be emotional. You have to sit and close your eyes. Many times it's easier for people to close their eyes and then think of what they want and think it to the latter, like the details. Bring in what you will hear, bring in the smell. Like if you're counting, you know, the money, what's the smell of mints? Just imagine someone giving you this money, or just imagine the alerts. Think of your phone and the amount. Think of the place you will travel to. Sometimes, like I've said it before, I love just entering that mode of, you know, my husband and I on a vacation. I mean, think of the sounds and the sights. What are you trying to do? You are building your emotions, happy emotions, to remember this is what I want. So the brain says this is what the master wants. So who are the people and what is it that will help us achieve it? And let me tell you, you will begin to attract people that will help you achieve it. And then he also talked about how you could remove emotional blocks, or, you know, those feelings we were talking about with this limiting belief thing. Anytime you start struggling, you will feel the effect somewhere around your body. Okay, so the one in the book is the Sedona Method, and the details of how you can get that method is in the book. It's also partly like the peace process that I had explained earlier in one of the videos. So this is where you become at peace with yourself. Like you could take deep breaths, or you could just identify the feeling you are having. Okay, so what am I feeling right now? Okay, and you instead, because many times, like I said in the peace process, many times we just want to ignore the feeling or ignore the pain or ignore whatever is going on with us, or bottle it up. And I use the example of when a child is crying, it's easier to carry that child and hush the child and, oh, so sorry, I understand, I welcome, you know, I allow, or I what word will I use now? Yes, I can see you, I can I understand your tears or your crying. Hush, hush, sorry. It's many times people, you know, someone was one of my mentors was giving a funny analogy. Have you seen where a baby is crying and you carry that baby and put that baby inside the wardrobe and lock the wardrobe? The baby will continue crying until you hush the baby and you get the baby to, you know, either sleep or eat or whatever, and the baby has been heard and is safe. See, that's what we do to our feelings. That's what we do to the pains. A lot of times people don't want to talk about it. But it's there and it will not go away because you've not allowed it to be heard. So be at peace and be comfortable with that feeling. So become aware of what you're feeling and then ask yourself, what am I feeling? Okay, and then ask yourself, could I let it in? So instead of bottling it, could I just feel this feeling? And you need to answer yes or no. What am I feeling? Okay, I'm feeling sad, or I'm feeling down, or I'm having these pains here. Okay, so could I allow myself to feel the pain and get into it? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, and would I allow myself? Yes or no? Because you have the power to bottle it in or to put it in. Yes. Say okay. So would I let it go? Or could I let it go? Okay, I've heard you. Yes or no? Could I let it go? Yes, I can let this headache go. I can let this feeling of confusion, feeling of pain. Okay. When? Now. So what am I feeling? Could I let it in to feel it instead of bottling it in? Would I let it? Yes. And am I ready to let it go? Yes or no? Yes. When? Now. Or when? When I sleep. Yeah, it's true. In one of our videos, we were talking about, when, I think it was principle 29, we're talking about embracing the past, or, letting go of the past, or completing the past to embrace the future. And I said something about, if you're asking for forgiveness, you don't have control over how the person relates or how the person processes it. You don't need to force people to agree. It's the same thing with you. You cannot just force yourself. Okay, so if you are still wanting to feel the feeling a bit and stay with it, could be that someone got you really angry and you're not ready to let it go. Yeah, feel free. Just be with that feeling and decide when you want to release it, and release it. So the feeling is okay. Yes, my emotions, I'm in touch with my emotions, and I have felt the feeling, and I've heard, and I realize that this thing is there. And right now, thank you so much for giving me all the knowledge, all the information about what this emotion is all about. Right now, I release you. Welcome so much, sir. Thank you so much for joining. Mr. Kenna, thank you for joining. So I want to thank everyone for joining. You've learned something about limiting beliefs. You've learned something about how you can release these limiting beliefs. Should you need extra coaching or guidance, please feel free to click and get into a one-on-one coaching session, so we'll know how to help you, because you cannot be working this hard and allow some funny limiting beliefs to hold you back. So remember, you need to move in that consciousness of I am rich, I am, I have all it takes, God has made me perfect, I am enough. That feeling of abundance and not lack. And one of the ways that you would be in that feeling of abundance is to be grateful. I am grateful for having data to be able to speak to you. I am grateful for the air. I am grateful for family and support system I enjoy. I am grateful for the opportunity to see and hear and feel. Be in that state of gratitude, because when you are grateful, you try it, you notice that you are light, you are happy. And when someone says thank you to you because of what you've done, what do? You feel encouraged to give more. The same thing when you say thank you, God, thank you, and you move in that state of being joyous, not feeling sad or feeling like you are lacking. you will attract more of what you want. So thank you so much for joining, and tomorrow we have another success principle, 9 p.m. West African time. Join us and see you on the inside. We have these links for the group and also for one-on-one coaching. Thank you so much, and bye for now.